Hello and welcome to Coach Ben's mini-series on the Old Testament. Today we're going to talk about the books of wisdom and prophets. So, first, let's look at the books of wisdom, which are going to consist of Proverbs, Psalms, and Song of Solomon. And just like this picture is, it's pretty much going to talk to us about ethics. What is the right and wrong way to live? So, the first book we're going to come across that falls in the book of wisdom is Job. And just like the picture I have right here, it says, why do bad things happen to good people? And that's what this book is trying to address. This book can help us through times of suffering because it shows that God is always in charge over everything that happens to us. He wants us to learn how to how to endure suffering and still praise the Lord. Suffering is ultimately a part of life. We can't really avoid that. But if we remain faithful, God will be there for us. Job never did receive an answer from God as why he had to suffer so much and why he lost everything. So we just kind of have to take it that way. And says this book might also be teaching us that there is something else going on, like a spiritual war with inside, with maybe our own consciousness. There's something that we don't see that's always going on. But God is there. So it's a battle of good and evil, and that good is there for us, even though the bad does happen. After that, we get the Psalms. Pictures are there, pretty much tell you what it's about. Psalms are songs, it's poetry, it's history. It's a lot of history. They're musical. It has the reason why human beings express truth. And we express truth through song. So all the emotions can be found. These songs are about love, passion, hate, anything you think of, you could probably find them in the Psalms. And it teaches us that we have to embrace our emotions. That's why they're part of the good and evil of how we are supposed to live our lives. After that, we get Proverbs. They're just wise sayings. Live a moral life through these short little sayings. After that, we get Ecclesiastes, and it says here in our picture, your problems are temporary. God is eternal. Hardships are a part of life, just like we saw in the other book, but God is here for you, and He has a plan that in the long run, there's something better. There's something after this. It's not just here on earth. We have an afterlife, and that God can see us through those eyes. Okay? All right. After the Ecclesiastes, we get the Song of Songs, also known as the Song of Solomon. And this is some crazy stuff. It's all about love. It's about passion. It's about God's love for all people. That's kind of what's here. But it's also Solomon singing about love for other people, love for women. And if you read it, you have to really look at Song of Songs in a metaphor type of reading. You have to look at it figuratively and think about it. You can't look at it literally because some of it just doesn't make any sense. It takes people a long time to kind of read it out. If you want some interesting reading, read the Song of Songs. After that comes the Wisdom of Solomon. This book addresses to the rulers of the earth, right? It is urging rulers to love righteously and to seek wisdom. The wicked think that all is chance and that they should enjoy each day, but really they should be good rulers. So we're looking at Solomon's talking to rulers saying, faith tells me that no matter what I do ahead of me, God is there, that we should be doing good things. Leaders do the right thing. And that's pretty much it for the books of wisdom. After that, we get to the books of the prophets. And I have a lovely picture up here, which you all should recognize all of these things. All right? What are they? They are all connected to social media. And that's what pretty much the prophets were. They were linking people together. They were linking people together, and they were linking people to God. Prophets are people that were chosen by God to speak on His behalf. You're going to look a whole lot more in depth with prophets and how they addressed issues that were coming up. They were social justice advocates of the time. You're going to have a project about this later on, so I'll talk about it later. But pretty much, they spoke out in God's words for the righteousness of others. All right, hope you enjoy the lesson. See you soon.